guys, we're here with Mark.
I'm Mark, yep. With Daiwa.
Yep. So we're really excited. They just came out with their new Tatula Elite series. And why don't you tell us a little bit about this new amazing
Well, you got a pretty cool reel that's in your hand there, Caleb. So this reel is designed, it's a Tatula Elite reel. Really designed for our elite anglers. You know, you got your Brent Ehlers, your Ishman Rose, and all those guys. But what makes this reel special is that it's designed for distance casting. It's not an anti-backlash, but it'll cast a country mile. I think you've got a chance to make a few casts with it. It's got a whole new braking system that's on here. It's got a new spring load system. It's really designed for you to make that long cast, especially if you like fishing topwater baits. Okay, if you want to bomb a topwater bait and get another 30, 40 feet further than all your friends, that's the reel to do it with. It's really great for that. It's got an aluminum side plate, so it stays really smooth, aluminum frame, and all around great reel. One other cool feature that we have that nobody else has is right here, buddy. The T-wing system.
Yep.
And that does two things for you. It allows the line to come off and get off the reel further and faster, but also it actually helps you alleviate backlashes. So when you're making a cast and the line goes to the one side of the reel, the line actually slows down, but the spool doesn't. That's what causes your backlash. This eliminates that. So it'll cast far, it'll have less backlashes in the competition, but most of all, it casts a long ways. But you got another question? We got another reel here.
Now I want you to tell me about this new pitch and flip reel that's supposed to be amazing for getting those fish out of under the docks and pitching those jigs through and punching them through hydrilla and all those reels.
You got it down, buddy. No doubt about it, Caleb. This reel is designed for one thing as well. So you have this one for casting long distances. You have this reel for pitching and flipping only. It's not a distance casting. It doesn't hold a lot of line, but what it does is that you've got more drag pressure. You've got a special spool that doesn't hold a lot of line, so it stays very light. You've got a different magnetic system here with a different spring load. But the first thing you can do is, what do you see right here?
Those
long throws,
the big
handles. So what that does is that now you don't have to try and find out where it is. You can grab it real easy. So you don't have it, as soon as that bait hits the water, sometimes that fish eats it right away. You don't have to look for the handle, you just grab it and you got that torque to pull them out of. You guys have hydrilla there in Texas and all that, and docks and stuff like that. They don't have a chance. So you have all the advantage. You got your elite reel there for distance casting, your pitch and flip, which we call the P&F, elite reel here. Very technique specific, but really, really great reels.
So what I was going to ask is,
yeah,
could you cast this one? Could you use it for frogs? As a heavier, more beefy reel, could you use it for frogs?
You could use it for the frog, but the downfall is that this reel, for a long cast, you don't have a lot of line on it.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're going to cast way back up in the mat, you may just have very little line left. We try to keep that thing focused for that. It's not the best frog reel for that. That would be even a little bit better frog reel for that. That'll work great. It's kind of very versatile. This one is really designed for pitching and flipping. It's got one other cool feature on here. You ready? And I got this casting plug. I'm going to kind of slide this off. But our reels, we have very few companies have this, is you can, if you learn how to do it, we don't have a flipping button, but if you flip this up, you can do the same thing right there.
Oh,
so
wow.
If you pitch it,
so you can engage it.
You can engage it rather than flipping it, having to grab that big handle.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can just...
That's for righties.
Yeah. so I'm sure you know who Randy Howell is, one of our big pro staff guy, our big elite guys. His thumb is all white right here because that's all he does. Pitching and flipping. He's using this.
Oh, that's nice.
So cool things.
Okay, how about drag? Beefed up drag?
Yeah, we do. We bump the drag up to here to right at about 15 pounds. That right in there is about 14. So a pound of drag's quite a bit. We actually do our reels. We actually have our drag set at a full spool. Other companies will do it at a small spool, so when you're at a low spool, you get more drag pressure because the line's harder to get off. We like to keep it at a full spool the way people actually fish. So you'll see the drags vary through other companies, but right here we keep it at 15 pounds of drag. You're not going to slip the drag at all. You're going to be able to stick a fish and lift them out of the cover. It locks down really good.
So
I mean, I'm hammered.
How do you think this reel compares to the Tatula 200 or that bigger, beefier, more great?
We own the Tatula 200.
Well, that's a great question. So I'm going to give you a little scenario on how the whole Tatula world works. A real synopsis. So our value, price, and good durability is the Tatula CT, which stands for compact. Comes in at $129. That's a great reel if you're just getting into the Tatula world. We make a Tatula 100 for $169, and it's about the same size as this. It's very light at 6.5 ounces, but it's kind of good for everything. Now the reels that you guys have, the 150 and the 200, they're both designed for line capacity. Lots of line, heavy monofilaments, fluorocarbon, braided lines. They give you lots of line for long casts, that kind of, throwing a swim bait. So those are your line capacities. The Tatula SV, which I'm sure you heard of. We've really made our name with that.
We have them.
That is actually a reel, what we call for controlled casting. Doesn't backlash. You can cast with
flipping
it.
docks, man.
Flipping docks, skipping. It's great for that. Skipping baits, but it's a controlled casting. You're not going to cast far. And then we step into this reel here that we talked about, the Elite reel. Long distance casts. Really getting it a long way. Casting a crankbait a long way. Casting a top water bait. You know, throwing a spinner bait a long way. And then you go from this reel into the flip and pitch. That's flip and pitching. So that gives the whole thing. So CT, 100, 150, 200, SV, Elite, and the flip and pitch. So that's the way the whole Tatula. Now you know why we've built all these things with a certain plan behind them.
Great tutorial, Mark. We
Good.
really appreciate that, Mark. So what would you say these, and I know they're brand new, you're releasing them at ICast.
Yep, you got the first look, actually. You got
I
You
know.
got the look before everybody else got the look.
I know, we're so excited about that. What would you say the average price point's going to come in?
So on that reel right here, the Elite, is the MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price on that, is going to be at $239. And the flip and pitch here is at $249.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more if you got a bigger handle, a little bit different spool on that as well. We actually use a little bit thicker metal in the flip and pitch because we know you're going to fish 60 and 80, so you don't bend the spool. So there's a lot of engineering we did. We just didn't take a reel and put some stuff on it and call it a flip and pitch. We did a lot of engineering around it, and that's why we've had some good pros that really, our engineering team and myself and the pros work really hard to do something that works very good for those guys on the tour.
Man, thank you, Mark,
so
much.
Thanks, Caleb.
Incredible tutorial.
You too, man.
We're excited about these news. We're actually going to get some.
All right. Well, I hope
And
you get
spend time on the water
and end up doing really well in your tournaments. Sounds like you're going to be a tournament angler, and you're going to be doing videos here in a couple years out here on the water and showing off your big Bassmaster Classic trophy, I hope.
All right.
All right. Later, bud.
Awesome.
See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Stop recording.